Hello and welcome to Benz Addiction. Yesterday I bought this ML350 W164 2006 from auctions, sight unseen. So let's go ahead and check the exterior, interior, engine and mechanical, and at the end of the video I will mention if I made a big mistakes, you should do so, and how well this car has kept mechanically, interior wise and exterior wise. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe and follow the channel, because in my next videos I'm going to spend a lot of time doing repairs and a lot of fun videos coming. Thank you. Okay, what do you think? W164 ML350 2006, 200 kilometers on the clock. And I drove this car from the auctions 50 kilometers away to home with no problem. I of course did not shut the engine because I knew the battery was weak. But I have many problems now. So $1,400 Australian car coming from auction without even looking at it. So here's the car. Of course black, and of course the paint is not in a perfect condition. Okay, so 2006 ML350. This is a gas version, which is a petrol version, and it's not the diesel one, not the CDI model. So overall condition of the car is acceptable but not perfect, as you can see. The headlights are fogged up. The front grille is cracked from this point over here, and the paint is not the best because the clear coat is coming off. Okay, and here is the inside. It's not clean, but it's not that bad either. It has the plastic covers everywhere by Mercedes, which is a good thing. That makes the carpet to last longer. It has two-tone fabric and leather combination of seats, and this is a sport package kind of seats, front seats at least. Front seats are of course electric, but it's not the most fully optioned Mercedes, I would say, because I can see some options are missing, like that audio system does not have a navigation system, for example. Okay, all of these is the good part of it, right? Let's have a look at the rear seat area as well. I can't see any damage or any imperfection. It's all good for the age. The headliner is not sagging either, and it's clean, so overall in good condition, right? Same as the door cards, they're all in good condition, but not as clean as they should be, of course. And let's have a look at the boot area or the trunk. It doesn't have that auto lifting function, but it has this plastic mat over here, which is very good thing. And underneath, of course, is the temporary tire and the kit. And this car has the Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds great as well. We got the parcel shelf here, which is a good option as well, and some 12-volt DC everywhere, including the rear seat area and the front seat area as well. Sport pedals, and that's all I can say about the good things of this car. So the car also has 200,000 kilometers on the clock. Let's have a look underneath the hood and see what we have there. So over here we have a 6-cylinder V6, that's M272 engine. That's the infamous engine for problems with the timing chain and balancers and adjusters. And to be honest, I have the same issue. The check engine light is on together with the ABS and some other lights, and I have P0015 and P0016 fault codes on this. So it says the camshaft is constantly retarded on exhaust and intake. So here is the engine. I can't see a lot of oil leak or any problem with this. Visually, the engine runs smoothly with no problem at all. The oil looks dirty but okay, and there is not much bad things inside that chamber, and I can see the timing chain, of course. Over here the coolant seems to be fine too. There is not much activity or nothing wrong over here. Looks to be clear coolant and not a problem either. Looking at the dipstick, it's almost full, but it's black, of course. So let's turn on the engine and see what else we have wrong with this car. Okay, first of all, let me tell you, we have a weak battery problem, and I have been charging it since last night, but that's not enough. I think either the battery is not good anymore, or I need to keep charging it for another 48 hours because I'm using a 4 amp battery charger. But the first problem is a weak battery. That's the culprit for many problems on Mercedes-Benz. So let's check this out. It took long for engine to crank and start up because of the weak battery, but this is the first time it's taking so long. But as you can see, I have 3 lights on, ABS and that triangle, as well as check engine light. So ABS is faulty, service B, the battery is no good, and we have the indicator, visit workshop, of course, and a lot more. And I'm pretty sure we have some dead front axle sensors as well, because when I did a quick diagnosis, I found out that some of the sensors, including the transmission speed sensor, is faulty. Okay, here is how engine is working. It's not that bad. I can't see any problem. There is no excessive noise coming from here. It's running smoothly and with no vibration. That's the good point. But the bad point is I need to check those 2 error codes in terms of if it can be 3 things. It can be the sensors, the camshaft sensors, it can be the camshaft adjuster, or the last thing, it can be the camshaft balancer, which is going to be a big job if it's the camshaft balancer. So I'm crossing my finger on this one. I'm hoping to be a sensor or an adjuster, but not the balancer. Okay, let's rev up this engine and see what else we have. The engine is responsive and it's not in a bad shape. The exhaust gas doesn't look bad and doesn't smell bad. Let's have a look. Of course, it has the dual exhaust, and as I said, I cannot see much of soot around the exhaust pipes. So in terms of leak and fluids, I cannot see any leak at all underneath this car, which is a very good sign. The tires are not in good shape, and they are at the best just like 50%, and they need changing because they are cracked at the side walls. The rotors are in fair condition and I think they do not need replacement. The rims are generally in good condition because this car has high profile tires to protect them. In terms of electrical and accessories, the only problem over here is the aircon not working. That can be a problem with a relay, a sensor having no gas, or compressor issue. or things like that, but I do not think it's going to be a very expensive repair. I also have a lock problem here on the left and front side. The lock does not work the way it should. Okay, regardless of the paint and exterior of the car, which is black, and always black is imperfect after 5, 10, 15 years. Of course, this car is almost 18 years old, so can't expect the black paint to be perfect. $1,400 I paid for this car, and it drives like brand new in terms of suspension, and it's so soft and nice inside and comfortable and without noise. I admit I made the mistake. The M272 is not the best engine to buy, especially the 2005-6 model, because they have that famous problem with the camshaft adjuster and balancer. But I can't understand why people don't buy these cars. I mean, it's just 1% of the original price if you consider the original price back in 2006. Somebody paid like $100,000 for this car. If you convert it to today's money, it's probably more. And I only paid $1,400. I'm going to spend some money, and I'm going to do DIY. And my wife already enjoys sitting in this car, and it has a great driving position, comfortable seats, and ample room for carrying luggage and people. Okay, here is the problem. The aircon does not work. The headlights are fogged up. I have wheel sensor problems, and I also have transmission speed sensor problem. So at this moment I do not have the rear gear, because the TCU thinks that the car is moving because of those two sensors, so I have to replace those. That's not a problem. The transmission yesterday was very smooth, no problem with that, change of gears. And the car is overall in great condition, so I think I have made a good choice actually. I was getting at 12.5 liters per 100 kilometers in heavy traffic, driving 2 hours for 50 kilometers because I was stuck in the traffic. So I was getting good fuel economy out of this car for a V6 and a 7-speed transmission. So after 18 years, this car has held very well. If we check the inside, there is no rip, crack, or imperfection inside the car. I mean, the steering wheel leather is not perfect anymore, but overall, I would say this is a high quality car. And with the options, you've got rear aircon controls, you've got two 12-volt outlets over there, and you've got ample legroom and headrooms on this car. And the seat cushions are perfect. I mean, I enjoyed it very much driving this car. So this car was produced from 2005 to 2011, W164. And it's recommended to buy always after 2007, because that camshaft adjuster and balancer was sorted out after 2006. I'm not even sure if this car was affected with that problems or they fixed that issue, but in my next videos I'm going to solve every single problems on this car, including the transmission, the engine, the speed sensors, the air conditioner that doesn't work, and other problems. And then I can recommend you if it's worth it to buy these cars or not. One thing for sure, if you want to buy these cars for cheap, you need to make sure you have the scan tools and ability to do DIYs and change few sensors and fix up few electrical problems. Otherwise, it's going to be very expensive for you. I bought this car because I knew I'm going to spend some time on these and fix these myself and make these videos. Talking about the transmission, all of these cars come with the 7-speed G7 Tronic Mercedes transmission, which is not a bad transmission at all. It has its own ups and downs after 250,000 kilometers or so, but if regularly maintained, there should be no problem. In terms of suspension, this car was driving with no problem at all, straight and nice, like the day one. Visually, I always liked this ML generation W164 from 2005 to 2011, and I think it design wise it has held up very well, and it still looks sexy and good, and it's a very functional wagon in terms of practicality. At the end, I think ML350 or any W164 M class after 2007 would be a great choice for someone who has a knowledge, and if you can buy one of these cheap in a good condition, it would be a great practical wagon to drive around. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching this long video. Enjoy your Mercedes-Benz and please watch my other videos and leave your feedback down in the comment section. Have a great day.